This is the Mashvisor Real Estate Podcast, Top 5 Rental Properties this week, episode number 3. Hey everyone, I'm Mike Richardson, Senior Investor Consultant and Product Specialist here at Mashvisor. We at Mashvisor have turned 3 months of research into 15 minutes. We combine the power of industry, leading real estate data with artificial intelligence, analysis to help you shortlist the most lucrative deals in the U.S. market. Welcome to the third episode of our podcast, Top 5 Rental Properties this week. If you're looking for the best opportunities to make money from rental properties in the U.S. market, you've come to the right place. As an investor consultant here at Mashvisor, I've spent the last 5 years searching for the most lucrative Airbnb and traditional properties nationwide to recommend to my investor clients. Every week, I open the Mashvisor investment property analysis platform and set up a few different filters such as location, listing price, property type, and expected return on an investment to identify the top investment opportunities throughout the U.S. As you can imagine, my investor clients have different preferences with regards to their markets, different budgets, and different rental strategies. So I select properties with various features. The only common aspect among all of these properties is that they make up some of the absolutely most profitable rental properties available for purchase in the entire country. And then a few weeks ago, I got the idea that I should not be limiting these properties to my investor clients only. I should be sharing them with as many interested investors as possible. And that's how I started the Top 5 Rental Properties This Week podcast. Before we get into the top 5 Airbnb and traditional investment properties for this week, let me tell you that all these properties are currently listed on our platform at mashvisor.com. Like most properties on Mashvisor, these are MLS listings which are currently available for sale. I personally checked all of them right before the podcast to ensure that they are listed for sale at that moment. If you'd like to check out any of these properties yourself, you can find the links to them in the show notes for the episode. These links will take you to the property listing on our platform where you will find not only the property address and features, but also the detailed analysis for the investment potential of each of these properties. This analysis is based on big data, rental comps, and artificial intelligence powered by algorithms. You should know that Mashvisor is not involved in the sales of these properties in any way, and we don't make any money from them. We simply analyze their investment potential to recommend the most lucrative opportunities to investors just like you, based on your market preference and budget. So let's take a look at the top 5 rental properties of this week. First on our list is in Charlotte, North Carolina. But before we dive into the details on the property, I wanted to give you some insight on the market. It's named as one of the top 5 U.S. markets to watch in 2021 for overall real estate perspective by the annual Emerging Trends in the Real Estate Report. This is a very prestigious publication which highlights the markets where real estate investors should be turning their attention to. So there's a lot of eyesight coming out for North Carolina, and Charlotte is one of the best cities in the state that has great rental potential for both Airbnb and traditional opportunities. According to Mashvisor's data, Charlotte is good for both Airbnb and traditional properties with above average rental price. The price to rent ratio is rather high at 23% at the city level, which means that there is a strong demand for long-term rental properties by renters. So it's a great city that you can explore. And one of the properties that really stood out the most for me is a single family home that's available in Charlotte. The address for the home is 1524 Gordon Walters Drive. The asking price is $250,000. It offers 4 beds, 3 baths, over 2,000 square footage at 2,426 square footage. Great price per square footage at $103. It's only been on the market for 8 days. It's a great property with great potential, very low HOA fees, making it a well-maintained property. Now, what stood out about this property is it has great rental potential for investors who are looking for a stable property that is a suitable fit for both an Airbnb and traditional potential. This property has the rental value at $3,213 directly from Airbnb. So based off Airbnb comps in the area, we've assessed that this property has the potential to generate a little over $36,000 in annual gross. With its recurring expenses at $1,451 per month, putting this property an outstanding cap rate through Airbnb at 8.46%. So a great property for investors who are considering an Airbnb strategy. What I like about this property is if you decided to put 20% down over a 30-year fixed mortgage, this property will have the potential to pay off its monthly mortgage at $819 and cash flow about $1,000 every month. That's $12,000 in annual profit every year, with a very easy and stable occupancy rate at 41%. And I see so much more room for improvement, helping you push this property with its occupancy rate a little bit further. So someone with experience in Airbnbs could push this property to generate a double-digit return. And what's also great about the property is that it has a stable, traditional rental strategy. So rental value at $1,650 a month, with its recurring costs between property taxes, insurance, maintenance, at $643, we end up with a monthly cash flow, a positive cash flow, putting its cap rate at 4.83% with a stable and outstanding occupancy rate at 96%. So this is a property that you can check out on the Mashvisor platform. It's going to be on the market for a very short time period. So feel free to go to Mashvisor's website and take advantage of looking at some of the data on this property. Our second property is going to be in Woodland Park, Colorado. Now, this is an outstanding location. I really like this location. I was working with one of my close clients who was exploring an opportunity in the area, and we got into details about his experience in the market, and it was absolutely outstanding. It's very close to Colorado Springs, and what really stood out about this location is that Airbnbs are 100% legal, so you don't need to be concerned about regulations when it comes to vacation rentals in the area. There's good flexibility on that, and this property with its rental potential can be an outstanding fit. The property is a single-family home with address 1020 West Bowman Avenue. That's in Woodland Park, Colorado. Zip code is 80863. The asking price is $407,000 with 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,825 square footage. It has an outstanding Airbnb rental potential. The occupancy rate in the market is very flexible, very decent occupancy rate. The property is well renovated, so it's a great fit, ready and prepared to be rented through an Airbnb strategy. It's only been on the market for 3 days, so it's a property that really stood out. I prepared this property a couple of days ago, and I was really hoping that we would have the chance to share this property today on our podcast. So I'd love for you to get the chance to explore this opportunity. This property has the potential to generate around $60,000 in annual gross per year, putting its average rental Airbnb income at $5,207. With its recurring expenses at $2,049, this property, through a cash purchase, will cash flow over $36,000 in annual profit. So an outstanding, lucrative Airbnb opportunity, and this is strictly through Airbnb. With a lot of research I've done in the area, local management companies take up a wide range of the market, so they will help you boost up its rental occupancy rate from 67%, and it's possible to get that occupancy rate up to an 80%, putting you at over $70,000 in annual gross. So this is a great property. If we decided to purchase this home and put 20% down, just an easy, flexible investment to get into, we'll be able to pay off our monthly mortgage of $1,332 a month and still cash flow about $2,000 a month, $24,000 in annual gross. Great cash on cash return at 46%. Again, this is a $400,000 home, so a great property on the market. And when I was doing my research in the area, those properties were being bought on spot. So please feel free to go ahead and explore these properties. I've looked at other platforms. This property is still showing off market, but Mashvisor's AI system was able to find and identify this property and help recommend it to its clients. So go ahead, take a look at the property. Again, that's in Woodland Park, Colorado. Third property is in Huntington Beach, California. The reason I chose to I look at and explore this market is I was working with one of my clients earlier this week, and they're considering purchasing a property in the area. And when we were doing our research and diving into the market, we found outstanding investors who are doing phenomenal returns through Airbnb in the area. There's good, stable, traditional rental value, but an outstanding Airbnb potential. This is a single-family home with address of 14351 Calneva Lane. That's in Huntington Beach, California, and the zip code is 92647. The asking price is $799,000, 4 beds, 2 baths, 1,241 square footage. Well renovated, beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single family home. It's only been on the market for 7 days now. Huge lot size at 6,000 square footage. Great property. It's not an owner-occupied property. It's only been on the market recently, and its rental potential based off some of those great Airbnb vacation rental spots in the area, putting its rental value at $8,737 per month. That's almost $100,000 in annual gross, with recurring expenses between management, maintenance, making sure the property is fully prepared through an Airbnb strategy. You're able to cash flow over $60,000 in annual profit. That is pure profit, putting its cap rate at 7.72%. With properties like this, we're very, very lucky as a traditional strategy to end up with a 2.5%. So actually its cap rate through the traditional side is at 3%. So it has over 200% in additional value that you can generate through its cap rate, with a very stable, reasonable occupancy rate at 56%. So not too much work that's being needed for the property. It's well maintained and ready for you to put on Airbnb. If you decided to put 20% down, it's easy to get into the property. You'd be able to easily pay off your mortgage. You'd only be putting around $170,000 in upfront cost. You'll pay off your mortgage. You'll pay off all of your recurring costs, and you would be cash flowing $2,535 every single month. This is a golden plate property that you should check out on the Mashvisor platform if you're looking for an existing cash flowing Airbnb or traditional property in the state of California. So feel free to check out this property before it's no longer on the market for sale. Fourth property of the day is a very interesting property. We're going to be switching over our strategy and talking about a stable, well-renovated, traditional property. We're not going to be discussing Airbnb with this one. This is for investors who are specifically looking for a traditional property. We're going to be going to the state of Texas, city of San Antonio, Texas. The zip code, the address is 16615 Wolf Ridge Street, and that's in High Country, San Antonio, Texas. Zip code is 78247. The asking price is only $185,000. It offers you 4 beds, 2 baths, 1,272 square footage. Great rental potential. This property really stood out for me. It's only been on the market for 11 days now. The year built is 1983. Great lot size. Property's well renovated and furnished, prepared to be rented through a traditional strategy. Great market value. Estimation for that actual list price is exactly precise. So the asking price is a fair price that you can consider. With its rental potential at $2,040 a month and its recurring expenses at $730 a month, you would be cash flowing $1,310 through a cash purchase. And if you feel like it's more preferable for you to go through a finance option and you decided to put 20% down based off market interest rate over a 30-year fixed mortgage, you'd be paying off that mortgage monthly and still cash flowing around $700. This is a $185,000 traditional property with an 8.50% cap rate and an 18.81% cash on cash return. So it's a suitable fit, a stable and a comfortable investment for investors who are looking into a traditional property. And what's great is that's fully renovated and prepared to be rented through that strategy. So feel free to check out that property in San Antonio in the show notes below and explore if it's going to be a great fit for you. Now, I always like to leave the last property for last, especially when it's such a great opportunity for investors. This is one of the properties that I've seen recently on the market, and it's such an outstanding property. It's in Pennsylvania. We're going to be going into Pocono Pines. The address is 215 Little Pond Circle. It's a single-family home in Pocono Pines, Pennsylvania, and the zip code is 18350. The asking price is $349,900 with 4 beds, 2 baths, over 2,000 square footage, a well-renovated, gorgeous single family home with outstanding potential. It's only been on the market for 3 days. So if you're going to be exploring a possible Airbnb and you are trying to generate an outstanding rate of return, we've found the right property for you. Putting its rental value based off comps in that area at $6,765 a month, we are talking about over $75,000 in annual gross with very slight recurring expenses. That's $2,749 a month. This property is a $349,000 home with over a double-digit rate of return. That's 13.77% with a stable and reasonable occupancy rate at just right above 65%. So it's a property for those investors who are looking for absolutely lucrative deals. They're interested in rental properties. They want to get into the short-term rental game, and they're looking for a property that's going to cash flow. To help you get a better and deeper analysis of this property, if we decided to turn on our mortgage calculator and put 20% down, this property is going to pay off its mortgage. It's going to pay off its recurring expenses and cash flow over $30,000 in pure profit. This is a cash flowing property that you can consider if you are interested in an Airbnb strategy. And this is excluding the great and local vacation rental management companies that will be able to assist, helping you even generate more return. I've seen so many investors looking into this area, so I highly recommend the market. Properties don't stay on the market very long in this area, but you want to make sure that you check them out as soon as possible on our platform because these are properties that other investors are considering looking at. So feel free to get started and start looking at some great opportunities. So these are the top five performing rental properties this week. And as always, I've searched through dozens of markets and thousands of properties to shortlist these properties into the top 5. Regardless of your financial method, with these properties, you will start generating positive cash flow. And the average rental return from month after month. I'd like to recommend or remind you that you can find the link to these properties on the show notes below. So feel free to log in and check out these properties. And before I let you go, I want to give you a special gift so that you can start your own real estate investment journey with Mashvisor. With promo code TOP5, that is capital T, capital O, capital P, and then the number 5, that's TOP5, you get a 7-day free trial of our investment property analysis platform to make sure for yourself that Mashvisor is everything that you need to make the most profitable and best investment decisions. After the end of your free trial, you're still going to be able to get an outstanding 15% discount on your quarterly or annual subscription, whichever plan that you want to get started with. Most of our investors get started with the standard plan. It's right around the middle. It gives you access to both. So it's a great way to start. It's going to be dropping the price from averagely $50 a month and helping you save about $10 a month in value, where you can use this system to help you identify these great deals. Again, that's promo code TOP5. That's all for me today. I'll be back next week with the next top 5 rental properties once again. In the meantime, remember to check out Mashvisor, and happy investing. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy.